So he brings up the tweet that the article's writer put out a few days later. I've regretfully come to the conclusion that the Hill, owned by Trump's close personal friends, puts on rising mainly for the purpose of trying to trick leftists into softening on Trump and seeing nationalist racists as preferable to moderate Democrats. Let's see what Kyle has to say about that.
It's honestly laughable.
So he says it's laughable that this is what they're doing. And yet, if you watch the show, it seems to be exactly what the model of the show is. It's two people, a Democrat and a Republican, but look, they can get along. There's no problem. Again, all of this is the premise of the book that they are selling that Kyle blurbed on. Okay? The left and the right can get along and we can save capitalism. Unfortunately, the reality is much different. Most of the people in this country have come to the realization they don't want to be in this country with the other people in this country anymore. White supremacists don't want to be in a country with free black people. Free black people and abolitionistly minded white people don't want to be in a country with racists anymore. And we're not going to get away from this problem by denying it exists, by placating people into going back to voting for the two-party system and just let things roll along as they've been rolling along for 100 years. We're not going to do it anymore. The nation has made it clear 1/3 of the electorate's not being listened to. They've taken to the streets. You're not going back, folks. It's not going back. You're not putting the cat back in the box anymore. And the traditional media outlets that have traditionally tried to frame the Overton window to say fascism is acceptable on the right side, conservatism is the furthest you go left, and anyone else we ignore. Well, guess what? That political system has led to injustice. It's led to police brutality. It's led to a majority of this country seeing burning down a police station as a valid form of political protest, folks. Do you ever think we'd get there? More than half of people polled said that they think it was justified to burn down a Minneapolis police station because police brutality is so rampant and the cops don't listen and we have no power. This is the situation we're in. So the idea that the left populists and the fascists are going to suddenly get along, no. Time for that's gone. The time for that would have been 30 years ago and implement reforms to capitalism that prevented people's lives from getting to this point of catastrophic clusterfucking. We didn't do that. Now we have a situation where the country is literally on the verge of a new civil war. We have people openly declaring that they do not want to be in a country with each other anymore. You have complete and total ideological disconnect from the mass of voters to the political system. And the media figures, like Kyle and the Hill, are trying to convince you there's nothing wrong, everyone can work together. Racists and black people can live together, guys. Integration is imminently possible. Wouldn't that be nice? Wouldn't it be nice if we could all just get along and forget racism is real? Colorblind society. We're going to make sure that everyone can restore the soul of themselves in our democracy and blah, 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 and happy horse shit and a bunch of other rhetoric that doesn't mean anything. And people are tired of it. They're tired of hearing it. They're tired of not seeing and feeling the change. Change is coming. People are in the streets demanding real democracy and real change. Shows like The Hill are quite literally multi-million-dollar machines designed specifically with leftists in mind to try to convince them that all evidence to the contrary, Everything will go fine if you just listen to your conservative neighbor and hear out their points.